just over 2 years ago, I was introduced to a philosophy called minimalism. Now, although we had heard about this, and there was also the factor that less is more, and we'd hear this all over our lives, this was something that I actually took on very, very seriously. So today I'm going to tell you what a big difference minimalism has made in my life and how this may be able to help you as well. So let's cue it. Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Sohail Hashmi. Welcome to Unplugged. It is of course an honor and a pleasure to be here with you today. Unplugged is about most probably unplugging your mind, putting new ideas in there, getting rid of the clutter that was in there before, and trying to see how we can use other alternatives to go through our lives. And of course, as I've mentioned, minimalism is something that has helped me a lot over the past 2 years. Minimalism is about the fact of doing well with less items, which of course means that you don't give all your items away and you just keep this. No, that's not what it means. It means that you keep the things that you are happy with and things that bring you joy, or things that spark joy in you. So we're going to be speaking about that, and of course my experiences with it. One of the first things that I tried to get rid of and did get rid of was the clothing items that I had, and of course some items that I had in my drawer that I hadn't used for years. Now I looked at the clothing items and I thought, have I worn this for 3 months or 6 months or even a year? Yes, it has sentimental value or whatever, you know, I'll wear it on an occasion, but that occasion never came. So I had to make a decision, say, look, if I don't wear it for the next 2 or 3 months, I don't need it. And I did that. And of course I thought, okay, now I am convinced I do not need this. So there was a huge amount of clothes that I got rid of. Once I got rid of them, there was this immense amount of freedom that I felt in my mind. And of course, giving things to people who you can help, or who that item can be of use to, is a wonderful thing. The whole act of giving is a wonderful thing. The same thing happened when you open your drawer and there's a lot of clutter in there, or a lot of things that you haven't needed or you don't need, or you think, oh, maybe in the future I will use them. Again, I had to declutter that. And again, some of the precious items, or some of the items which I didn't need, I actually got rid of them and or gave them to someone who would really appreciate them and actually use them. So this was an idea. Now I'll give you an example of how one can actually do this. Like, this is one of the items I have, and I love this item. It's a lovely vase with different types of flowers. So whenever I look at it, I feel joy. It does actually spark joy. It makes me feel happy. So of course I keep that. If there's 20, 30 of these and they all spark joy, I will keep them. It doesn't mean that you get rid of everything, but whatever you have in your home that you look at, hopefully that will, or that should, spark a little bit of joy and a little bit of happiness in your life. We are, or we were, I know especially before COVID, buying things that we didn't really need, but we liked it, so we went and bought it because you know the game of consumerism and advertising. I have to have it. And the other thing that I've got away from, which I was not so much into, but into in a previous life, many, many decades ago, where you have to have the house and you have to have the garage and have to make certain, buy other houses to make sure that you keep up with the actual Joneses. That game was unnecessary and you didn't need that. The only people, or the only person that you need to impress, in my point of view, is yourself, because you have to be the best version of yourself that you can. And if you have time to do that, great, because life is very short, ladies and gentlemen. If you can make yourself happy, find beauty in your life so that then you can radiate that to other people, I think that's it's an interesting thing to do, don't you think? This in turn has brought happiness in my life. I can't mean happiness like jumping up for joy, but I think the right word to use is contentment and freedom. Freedom to know that you're rid of all the clutter that you had in your life, the clutter mainly of items and clothings and other things that you had in your mind. As far as the clutter of people, well, that will most probably come in a separate video. But one of the other things that I'd like to talk about, minimalism, was something which I learned. It wasn't that I got rid of these things and that was the end of it. I now automatically became into a minimalist. No, it didn't mean that. Like life, this is an evolving process. You do find that there's other things that come into your house. You bring that in, then you have to get rid of some other things that you don't need. So it is an evolving process. It's not a one-off process. I made the mistake of thinking that, and then when I look back 6 months later, I said, hey, what happened here? So you have to be very conscious of the fact that less is more, and that minimalism is more of a freeing lifestyle. I hope that you've enjoyed this episode on minimalism. I can talk lots and lots about it. If you have any points of views, or if you are a minimalist, or if you have gone for that lifestyle, or you haven't, or you have other points of view on this, please do put that down in the comments below. I was inspired by a group of two gentlemen called the Minimalists, and their sort of information I will be putting down in the comments below. So the next time that we meet in the next episode, I wish you and your loved ones all the happiness and all the contentment.